The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line.
Looks like it's going to be a pretty soggy night here at TIAA Bank Field. Rain showers, maybe an occasional clap of thunder supposed to continue throughout here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go, Todd. 120. He can't hang.
Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Mike Ford in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that is caught. What a grab at the 8. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 56 yards. They'll try and run forward Barkley. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And the kick by Rosas is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Go!
Throwing on 1st down. Cruz. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
50s to mine. Oh, you got
Cruz back to the air on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
ready. 55. Oh, here we go. Oh. Ready.
Off the play fake. Cruz. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Off play action. Here's Goff. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
2nd down and inches. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Cruz now. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at the 3.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
On
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Play action. It's gone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Here we go. 6 guys. 80 weapon. 80 weapon.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Here's Cruz. Off play action. Going deep for Diggs. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Cruz. Off the play fake. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this is going to be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. On 2nd and 15 now. Goff, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Goff on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. It's complete to Diggs. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Geis. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Cruz to throw on 2nd down. Able to find his running back, Geis. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 27 yards there, a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Darius Geis, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now gone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Back to throw. Goff. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, That's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number one in their conference.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear, but here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. They'll run for it. Geis. And he's got some space here. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Darius Geis with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Bullet good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's gone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Here's Goff. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Goff now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the 2nd quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the 1st quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. They were looking for Johnson that time. That's sort of a 2nd quarter to forget for him to have 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a 2nd one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the 2nd.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Let's go. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Pick me up. Here we go. Hey, check Mike. Check Mike. Set, go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cruz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, and it's third down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Back to throw. Cruz. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. It's Barkley on the counter. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clipped off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jacob Hollister, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
3 down. Hey,
Cruz to throw again. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I'm coming after you.
Cruz now, operating from the gun. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end, but it'll be 2nd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mike 22 is coming. 22's coming. Mike. We all ready to go.
Here's Cruz. From the gun, he'll throw. Well, he's going to go for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This will be caught by Brown. 27 yards there, a first down.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 27 yards.
Right here.
That's good for a Jacksonville first down.
On first down, gone. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 18. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Indy. 45 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now Cruz on first down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike. Cut. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat, and go.
Now Cruz to throw. Throwing on 3rd and long. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 38-yard line.
On go. 180. Let's go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Out to his left. That's caught by Hollister. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Now Saquon Barkley. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs. They'll go to Barkley again. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Like 20. What we got?
A shotgun snap for Goff. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Get that ball. Tiger.
Gone. It's caught by Funchess.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
At the 15-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun. Gone. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
On first down, this is Geis. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll try and get it with Geis. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. On the ground, Geis. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal.
Check 55 to Mike. Check. Ready.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Miles Sanders, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right back to Connor here on 1st. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Goff. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down.
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Set, ready, 50, play. Mark 55, stand high. Good try. Stand high.
Looking to throw. Cruz. And Diggs has it. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Bullock's kick is good, and that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Single.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be a 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Mike 3. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Hey, switch gears. Hey, kill.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st down, Barkley. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Ric Flair.
They'll run it again with Barkley.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
76, tell him. 76. 76.
Throwing on third. Gone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
I'm coming after you. Hey, Shell. Down to lose one. Bravo.
Here we go on fourth. Gone. And that is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Come on, set. And Lobo. Mike. Get him. Ready.
Here's Geis. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Geis. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not give the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now Barkley stripped of the football, and the Colts pick it up, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Merlin.
Following the fumble recovery. Goff. Got a man. It's Brown. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This is Barkley, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw. Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Roquan Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He's going to let it flop, and that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Value three.
Play action. It's gone. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Colts are going to recover the football. And that should be enough to get them home. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. 3rd down, here's Geis. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for Indianapolis, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, changes could be in the air as they fall to 0-8 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.